Happiness and freedom began with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are within our control, and some things are not. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Don't seek to have events happen as you wish, but wish them to happen as they do happen, and all will be well with you. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. No one is ever unhappy because of another person. It's your own thoughts that make you unhappy. Wealth consists not in having more, but in wanting less. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. Circumstances don't make the man, they only reveal him to himself. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. You are a little soul carrying around a corpse. When we are offended at any man's fault, turn to yourself and study your own failings. Then you will forget your anger. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. The chief task in life is simply this: to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control, and which have to do with the choices I actually control. If you want to be a writer, write. If you want to be a philosopher, think. If you want to be a Stoic, live as one. Remember, it is not enough to be hit or insulted to be harmed. You must believe that you are being harmed. If someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation. You become what you give your attention to. Control thy passions, lest they take vengeful hold of you. What concerns me is not the way things are, but rather the way people think things are. No greater thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer you that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen. The world turns aside to let any man pass. Who knows where he is going? Man is disturbed not by things, but by the views he takes of them. Characteristics of the rational soul: self-awareness, self-examination, and self-determination. Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. It is not death or pain that is to be dreaded, but the fear of pain or death. Do not seek to bring things to pass in accordance with your wishes, but wish for them as they are, and you will find them. It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks. He already knows. Attachment is the root of suffering. When you are offended at any man's fault, turn to yourself and study your own failings. If anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses about what is said of you, but answer, "He was ignorant of my other faults, else he would not have mentioned these alone." He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. To accuse others for one's own misfortunes is a sign of want of education. To accuse oneself shows that one's education has begun. To accuse neither oneself nor others shows that one's education is complete. Don't just say you have read books. Show that through them you have learned to think better, to be a more discriminating and reflective person. What is the first business of one who practices philosophy? To get rid of self-conceit, for it is impossible for anyone to begin to learn that which he thinks he already knows. Other people's views and troubles can be contagious. Don't sabotage yourself by unwittingly adopting negative, unproductive attitudes through your associations with others. He who laughs at himself never runs out of things to laugh at. The only way to happiness is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. You are not your body and hairstyle, but your capacity for choosing well. First learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak. Seek not the good in external things, seek it in yourselves. To make the best of what is in our power, and take the rest as it occurs. It is not he who reviles or strikes you who insults you, but your opinion that these things are insulting. The world turns aside to let any man pass, who knows where he is going. Difficulties show men what they are in case of any difficulty. God has pitted you against a rough antagonist that you may be a conqueror, and this cannot be without toil. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe my channel.